What's up, family? Welcome to Ask My Odds,
where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
I mean, that right there is real.
It's just me. It's just in me.
My dog is bigger than him.
You stank. Put your breath in my face. Let's see if you want 3 for 3.
This is my sensational wife, Iana.
And this is my sexy husband, Ayize. All right, y'all, welcome. Today we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the big E word. Do you know what the big E word is? Yes, you do.
What is it?
Expectations. Okay. Oh my goodness, there are so many.
I did know what it was.
Expectations that we have in our relationships, whether they are very clear and we make sure that we tell each other whatever, or whether they're not, and we just have all these unwritten expectations
and unspoken expectations. And I think that what we don't realize as individuals is that when we come into a relationship, we bring these expectations with us, and we don't realize that we bring them from our family of origin, the place where we grew up. We saw our mother and father do things a certain way. We grew up in a certain environment or certain culture. So our culture that we were exposed to tells us certain things about what to expect, right? There's all kinds of things that impact why we expect certain things. And we just expect that that's going to be met, right? Our expectations will be met. And you should just know. Which in some situations can be good or can also be unfair.
Right. It is, because like we always say, you cannot read your spouse's mind. So we have found that there are 4 things that couples who are successful do when it comes to expectations. They usually are getting it right on all 4 of these things. And the first of these things is that couples who are successful in really meeting each other's expectations are aware of what they expect. They're aware. Oftentimes when we're talking to couples, we'll say, well, what is it that you want from him? What is it that you want from her? And they say, I just feel like they should, do better. What does that mean? So you have to be aware of what you expect. That's number 1.
And you got to express what those expectations are. But number 2 is this. You need to be reasonable with your expectations. It's unreasonable for you to expect your man to leap tall buildings in a single bound. That's unreasonable. So you want to make sure your expectations are reasonable while you're making them clear. Right.
And then number 3, you've got to be clear about your expectations. You can have it all laid out in your mind. You can think that they're reasonable, and perhaps they are. But if you are not clearly articulating what your expectations are and then think, hey, why haven't my needs been met? You are a fool. You've got to be clear.
And then lastly, you want to be motivated to meet your spouse's expectations, even though they may not mirror your own expectations.
That's a big one, y'all.
Yeah, your spouse is another person. You all are 2 different people, so your expectations might not necessarily align with his. But, being as when you're in a relationship, you want to make sure that you are motivated to meet his expectations, because it's something that he wants from you. So you need to put your best foot forward to try to meet those expectations if you want to have a healthy relationship.
Right, and we can't be petty. You can't say, well, I don't ask you to do that.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Those aren't your expectations. Couples who get all 4 of those right, they are aware of their expectations.
They're reasonable in their expectations.
They are clear about what their expectations are.
And they're motivated to meet their spouse's expectations, even though they may not mirror their own.
Those couples get it right. Those couples get their needs met. Those couples ain't playing. Those couples are pushing. So please, join them. Join us. Stop playing. Start pushing.
1 2 1 2